Om Stapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasarupine avatar varishthayo Ramakrishnaya te namaha Yathagne dahika shakti Ramakrishna sthita hija Sarva vidya swarupang tahang Sharadang pranamamyaham Parutatte sadalino Ramakrishna samagaya Yo dharmasthapana rato Vireshang tang namamyaham Kalindi pullakamale Madhavena krirarata Brahmananda namastubhyam Sadguru Lokanayaka Yogananda Premanandascha Anne Vayecha Parshadaha Ramakrishna Gata Prana Sarvan Stan Pranamamaham. So now question.
He has a question.
Yeah, please.
When after the initiation, when I sit for meditation, sometimes I'm gone for 10-15 minutes, and I don't know what happened. I'm not aware of what happened. So I would like to know, Swamiji, about this.
After initiation, you do not know what happened.
No. Sometimes when he sits for meditation,
Ha.
there will be just kind of some 10-15 minutes, a little blank period.
A blank period.
Not aware of
I
how
see.
the time is, what happened there.
Mind sometimes probably blank out. That is called blank out. Maybe it wants to retire. But before we engage the mind into action, mind takes, okay, Baba, let me take a little rest. I don't think occasionally it happens. Mind, as Patanjali says, have our two types of thing happen in the mind. One is big shaper, another, what is called? Lawyer. Lawyer and big shaper. These are the two sitting. Why not come in the front seat? Here is a space. You can see your face. Here. Or that one.
You're both, yeah. Jaya Ben.
So it says that two types of thing happens, that with every one of us, either mind goes to lawyer or to big shaper. Lawyer means it just blank out, go to sleep. And another thing it happens, big shaper means mind runs here and there with different thoughts. So when it is like a sleep mode, the computer gets to sleep mode. And sometimes it is in the working mode. So this is the play of the mind, that then Patanjali suggests that when you are going to lawyer, prabodhaya chittam, loye prabodhaya chittam. When mind goes to some blankness, we have to be aware that mind is going to sleep. Hey, get up. We can go round little bit, splash some water, or make the mind little active, and then sit again. Or if it is really tired mind, better to give mind little rest. Quick, short nap is better.
Mine was not tired, but when sometimes I'm aware, even though as if like I am on deep meditation. Sometimes I'm aware, but sometimes not.
Uh, when it is connected with God or meditation, there will be joy. Some type of joy will be there, and that is not bad. But to be more awakened is important, so that we can extract much better. Yeah. Struggle should be to, if it is going to sleep, then we have to awaken, and when big step of that, we'll have to pull back again and again to the focus. The true practice, abhyasa and vairagabhyam tan nirodha. By abhyasa and vairagya, this is to be controlled. That's a simple, eternal formula. And Bhagavad Gita also said that abhyasena to kaunteya vairagyena cha gujyate. Abhyas and vairagya. Repeated practice. And vairagya means for which the mind gets distracted to just detach from that, or to teach mind that that is not good for me. So, mind, you are going to these objects which is distraction of the mind. So let me focus back and back. And so this detachment to the things, we have to observe where the mind finds more uh, natural inclination of the mind goes there. So if it is spiritual, if it is helps us in our meditation, very good. If it is not, then we'll have to teach mind by analyzing, but putting some argument and telling that this experience is not beneficial. So like that, all this effort to just to let the mind direct towards the goal.
It does help me.
Yeah,
It does help me.
yeah, and yeah, meditation becomes joyful when concentration happens. That's why we talk, or it is said that 12 seconds of concentrated focus, that itself is only 1 unit of dharana. That is the holding dharana, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. There is a fourth stage. That this fourth stage is 1 life, 2 life, 10 lives work. We can do the first four, yamani, asana, pranayama, that anyone can try. But its internal part is the pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. So our entire sadhana, most of the day goes away, untrained mind. So pratyahara. Or in pratyahara, it does not go. That's good. But sometimes it is in the sleep mode. It goes to tamas. So these are the first two hurdles. First, no, it continues even for after a long time. These tendencies still remain in the mind. So we'll have to continuously move on. But 12 seconds of holding, even if one can do that, that is nothing dhyano, not even dhyano. But that 12 seconds concentration will change our perception. Our feeling will be so much positive that so much joy, enjoyable. Meditation becomes enjoyable. Like Birajananda Maharaj, about Birajananda Maharaj, Swami Shraddhananda Maharaj used to say that Birajananda Maharaj, his normal natural tendency is meditation. He said, ধ্যান তাকে ধ্যান করতো. Dhyana is to meditate upon him. He didn't do dhyana. Dhyana was meditating on him. Then he says practice so much, and when it sit, the mind quickly runs into that uh, place of joyful state. So that concentration, practice. Anything?
Here's one question. So even though Thakur is my Ishtadev, uh, I find it more comfortable praying to Holy Mother, uh, maybe because it appears that the Holy Mother is more accepting and forgiving than Thakur. And
Thakur is little choosy, no? Thakur will say, Baba, you have to be like this. But Ma say, don't worry. That's true. We all like mother. That's why.
how do we change that? How to
Why to change? Why to change? Jathagnir Dahika Shakti, we chant. Jata, the Dahika Shakti, the burning power, as in the fire. So Ramakrishna's power is Holy Mother. So through the power we go to Ramakrishna, that's all. It is not contradictory. With the same mantra, same practice, we can think of Mother. Only to understand they are not two. Her mother has said many times, ঠাকুর said to me, কাকে বলেছেন মাকে, shall I do alone everything? You won't do anything. Huh? So that means Ramakrishna is trusting his responsibility to mother. And Ramakrishna was happy when that incident happened about feeding more chapatis to Latu and others. And then Latu Thakur asked, one day went to Holy Mother and said, you see, don't feed them so much. They are young boys. If they eat more, young boys, they will sleep. So when they will do meditation, so don't do that. Mother is good, very good. She doesn't say much, but nodded the head, that's all. But he asked, verified it, whether it is really in action. So he asked Latu, hey Latu, how much you eat? And poor Latu said the same thing. Then Ramakrishna went to complain again to mother. I told that you don't give, they have to meditate. And what mother said? Don't talk about my children's eating habits. No. Huh? You need not have to worry about that. I will take care of that. See, that Ramakrishna was asking that mother should come out to say that it's my responsibility. You, Ramakrishna, didn't have to interfere here. Let them eat, let them do. I will take care of the spiritual life. So that's why we like mother. So then no contradiction. Should not be contradiction.
One question. Last night you gave a very nice description of like a response to his question again, from infinite to finite. I would like to know, actually, before we do japam, what's the best way to really to go into the process? In other words, what's the prelude of japam? Is that the way you should think about infinite to finite, or do the dhyanam, or like lila dhyanam or something like that?
It depends upon your timing, how much you have time. Preparatory time is many ways we can prepare. Some sadhus have the practice in the early morning, did some very inspirational book. Mind is alert, mind is thinking. It is preparation. As you know, Durga Puja comes, we all know. How do you know Durga Puja is coming? That the beating of the drum and the other things are telling the sky is changing its color. This beauty of the Sharat Akash, this indicating, everywhere indicating mother is coming, mother is coming, mother is coming. So that is the way it helps us to prepare. Some may sing a good song. If it helps that one person, someone can read some Upanishad, one or two verses, one verses, two verses, think of the meaning, or whatever gives a boosting, so that it is helping the mind to prepare, and mind knows that I am coming for concentrating on God. No, so that can be, we wave incense, that gives the mind and support that, oh, it is, I am going to meditate. No, so offering flower, offering incense, offering light, chanting some mantra, or even concentrating on some verses before starting the meditation. So there may be different ways to do that. And sometimes little guided type of meditation thinking, as Guru has told. If we spend little more time, most of our Guru will tell, think of your Guru in the crown of your head or something. So we can spend some time there feeling that, let the mind, engaging the mind in the way our Gurus have told us to think about. So in that way, mind is getting focused into distracted thoughts to the one object, to the another object, to Guru, to Ishta, to whatever Guru has told. So we can spend some time in that type of instruction, following, remembering the instructions. Most of us forget. Guru takes little longer time for us when they give us mantra. But what happens, most of us, I remember, after initiation with Shankarananda Maharaj, I came out and I noted down something. And we are about maybe few people, 5 or 6 people were there in his room. And then they are little elderly people, so I was the youngest. So I asked after about a month, Acha, what Maharaj told? They don't know anything. They say, I sit and meditate and mantra and meditation. I mean, that much. And he took so much long time to tell what he said. Those are helping, but we forget all those things. To remember those things and to move the mind in those thoughts, that's the preparation. And then you see, dhyana comes the last. Say Guru Ishto Marges, most of our teachers talk about that. And then meeting, then think of him. You can think also, Bhagavat says that you should, there's a verse I have forgotten. You have to think of Sukumaram Avidhyayat in the Bhagavad Gita. Say, start meditating from his feet to toes. Put your attention to every part of the body, every limb of the body. Feel, and that it's a living entity. Go up and think that gradually this face, and lastly end in the face and the whole body. Then all these instructions are there. We can take help of them, so that mind is not allowed to go anywhere, but we are forcing the mind to be engaged in that type of environment. And ultimately, when everything stops, then our gurus have said, think of your ishtam and do the mantra. That means this preparation went on for half an hour or 10, 20, 50 minutes. One can spend a longer time, shorter time accordingly. Even Guru, what he has said, we forgot. We can adapt from Bhagavat and other places the instructions given, or after first obey what Guru has said. No editing in that. After that, mind is disturbed. Okay, we can spend some time in Leela, or we can think in the Tattva. But primarily, first to do Guru's words. That should be defined. And then rest of the thing can be added. So this adjustment we can do gradually. Whatever way, yena tena prakarena Krishne manaha niveshayat. By any means, we have to make an attempt that the mind should be engaged in the thought of the Lord. So how we can do whatever helps us.
Can we include Gayatri Mantra also?
Of course, of course, of course. Gayatri Mantra. Actually, in our mantra, the very first word, letter itself is everything. We need not have to think whether I can do this or that. Om is what? Om is whole Mandukya Upanishad is that, no? And what does it say? As Om is said in every aspect in Hindu practice, we don't pay much attention to the word Om. But when our Ishta mantra, when Guru gives us, added with some such thing, that itself is talking about the infinite expanse of the light and consciousness. And what is Gayatri Mantra? The same thing. But Gayatri Mantra helps us even, again, if you pay attention to every word. Bhu, think. The Bhu. Bhu is this Bulok. Dulok. bhuva, swa. So just not uttering the mantra quickly, passing, running quickly. But if we think of the word who, and then let us expand, stay for 5 minutes on that thought. The expansion of our heart opens, and we can imagine the light, all pervaded light consciousness, and expand and expand and expand. And then it is actually beautiful meditation mantra. And Om is actually every time we utter, if it's little quiet time is given, then Om itself is on meditation or subject of meditation. From gradually thinking from the world, the earth, the stars, galaxies, etc., to the interspace, to the subtle world of realities, the heaven and other things, and that which is further going to the more, and lastly, what is beyond. Endless, endless, endless. So if someone says, shall I do Vedantic meditation? You should do. If your mind bends to that, then do it, because it is already Guru has given that. And our mind sometimes, everyone's mind is little different. Some may like more of the impersonal aspect, and one may like more personalized aspect. Wherever we start, it matters little. And the Bija mantra is mother. So we are not to miss anything. Whichever, from whatever angle you see, you are taking this aspect or that aspect or that aspect. But it is all one. Mind, concentration on the mind, it helps. Prayer is a good thing. Thakur actually taught us that before sitting for meditation, if we start praying something, that helps us to concentrate the mind, prayer. But we'll have to treat our mind sympathetically sometimes also little hard. As the children are being treated by mom. Sometimes very soft. Do this, Baba, that will I'll get a lodgings for you and toffee and coffee and this. And sometimes no, I'll have to sit. I will not get up. Okay, mind goes anywhere. I'm not going to get up. So sometimes pushing it a little hard, sometimes relaxing, and then gradually, when he gets the taste of uh, practice, then it will go spontaneously. We get intoxicated in worldly things, no? People get, say, drug. One day, drug is not very good at the beginning, first day smoking, as I heard people say. But one day's test, then second day, there is some little leaning towards that. And that leaningness, second day, then third day, and then the drug pulls us. Any intoxicant, a cigarette, it pulls us. No, so, no more snap. Normally, modern day people don't take much, but it was very good aku. So these are all things. Intoxicants means how we gain a taste of them, and that taste pulls us our mind. And I don't like, but it will say I need it. No. It is as if we are compelled. We are compelled to do. So that's a type of intoxication comes for thinking of God. Also, the holy people whom we saw, they have that generated that taste. It takes long struggle because it is something gross, and instantly it has this instant gratification through the senses. Therefore, we can grab it easily. But it is through, not through the senses, but we start with the senses. and senses are habituated in going in diverse direction. It's very difficult to bring it back. No, to teach someone music, music teachers will tell us it is easy. Music teaching music to a person who does not know anything about music is much easier. But if I know some music and you teach me music, then what will happen? My music will come out. Your- what is ideal music? It will not come. It will come, but it is first forget. Who's left hand right hand story? Ali Akbar, no, whose name? The string instrument, or he uh, yes, doing in the right hand and says it is wrong. You have to get up. So you had to learn on the left hand entirely. The right hand is not useless then. That means it takes really a good bit, good effort. That's why reading too many things, getting confused with so many ideas, much difficult. Rather than one does not know anything and comes to learn, they can learn quickly.
What's the ideal praying?
Ideal?
Praying,
Pain.
praying.
No, praying. But Thakur has taught us different places. মা আমি জ্ঞানহীন, আমি বিবেকহীন, আমি বৈরাগ্যহীন, হ্যাঁ, আহ, আমাকে জ্ঞান দাও, ভক্তি দাও, বিবেক দাও, তোমার ভুবন মোহিনী মায়ায় মুগ্ধ করো না, এইসব those prayers which are said, give me shelter, don't delude me anymore, ma, I am your child, what do I know? How can I deal with these things? If things come, I am helpless. So you help me. Just in a very importunate prayers from the heart. And Thakur is showing also how to pray, how to. And he has just fell down in the ground. He said, "This is the way you should pray. You should pray to the mother." And then he just fell down in the ground, and like a child, throwing his hand and feet and like that, and started crying like a child, as the children do. And so,
Swami Brahmarupananda gave us in Houston once a prayer from Sri Ramakrishna. So, I can't remember that I said. She's just left me already. মা আমি তোমার শরণাগত
আমি শরণাগত
পাদপদ্মে
শুদ্ধ ভক্তি।
All of us do that. We start with that.
All questions gone? Well, then you will say, I have some question afterwards. Hey, come up.
How do we truly love God when we don't know? Because it is now how much of a it is more of an idea of God than.
Yeah, you are correct. We are in the idea. How do you spend so much time in research when did you know not anything? you take for granted that previous scientists have found out something which has some validity. And with that assumption, you start your research. So our previous scientists of spiritual life have done some work, and they're recorded in the Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita and all these spiritual texts. So we have to take that as an assumption. Because I really true, what you say is correct. Our God is all conception for us. Because we are in the mental level. But they have proven by their life that this imagination, today's imagination, becomes tomorrow's realization. And also in the Vedanta, there is an example they give that you are searching for some jewel. And somebody says, there is a jewel emits light, no? In the dark room, there is a jewel. It may be jewel, it may be a lamp. But if an authoritative person tells that it is jewel, and we follow that path and enter into the room, we'll find a jewel. Ascharya Bhakta Kushalasya Labdha in the Upanishad says, no? A teacher should be extraordinarily powerful, who have experienced something. So, following his instruction, that's why it is called what teaching you get. The teaching should be in the instruction. Our guru and disciple, all this qualification when we discuss, it is said that guru should not say something which will be contradictory to the scriptures. And I saw many horses in the cowshed. If someone says like that, Thakur said that some Adhyay says that God is dry, so you to make some devotion added with it to make it sweet. Ramakrishna criticized that God who is this essence of all bliss and joy, and Samadhyay says that it is to be sweetened with some love and devotion. You add some sweetness there. So here is the question. The scripture, what are the scripture? Our scriptures are the experiences of the sages. Who are sages? They have seen the truth, they have experienced the truth, and they have only expressed in the language, human language. So if that is there, there is a room and there is a light in darkness, and we are walking towards that, pointing towards that darkness. When I'm making a journey, it is all void. There's nothing. That's why in our spiritual life we don't find joy. We say, I'm doing for 5 years, 10 years, nothing I find. Because you are on the road. You have to reach the destination. Of course, it is true. It is not the road. As you go close to the truth, more and more you can feel the warmth of that reality, no? More joy, little calmness, serenity, peace. This will spontaneously, character will be transformed. That's why it is said that you are meditating. What does it matter? You are meditating, you are praying, you are going to temple and come and fight with your wife or husband. So what is that spirituality then? It is to be transforming. I was to fight more 10 times, it will be 9 times. 9 will be reduced to 8 times. 8 to 6 times to it will reduce and reduce. And it will be perfect. Perfect peace. So this, it happens in material world, in spiritual world it will happen, because we are moving towards truth. All the good qualities will develop. Mind will be pure, intellect will be pure, understanding will be pure, memories, good memories will be coming there, ego will be pure. All sattika. And when you face to face we see, then it is your doubt. All doubts will go away. So here, main thing is that, yes, it is all imagination for us at this point, but it is a realization of the seers of truth, and that has been verified and tested and verified many times in the lives of saints of the world. No? So that validity we have to accept first, and having trust and faith, move. But if it does not ultimately tally, then you can give up. But before that, you cannot say it is all imagination. Raja Maharaj, that's why he took the challenge, no? Practice this, what I have said, come after so many years, 2-3 years, and if it does not happen, then you challenge me. No, so that is the point. So true, it is all imagination, but it is true. That's good imagination. But it may be, if you, as he said, if you go to someone who does not know anything, he gives a wrong instruction, and there is a candle lighted, and try, oh, there you go, there is a jewel, go. Then you will go and find the candle, not jewel. That's why who is saying is important. In any teaching process, A professor of chemistry or biology or any science subject, astronomy, this, that, we don't care about what his character. What he says is important because that's enough. But in spiritual life, without the character, without the purity of the heart, everything is meaningless. So I think our ground is there. They are realized people, they are spiritual people, they have experienced themselves, and that's why we rely on them and trust on them. That's why it is said always read the scriptures and anything contradictory. That's why it said your sadhana, it should be through the see through the life of Ramakrishna. Swamiji said the scriptures are to be read through the life of Ramakrishna, to understand through the life of Ramakrishna. Because here is a embodiment of realization. And he knew everything. Swamiji said, no, I lived with, I questioned, Swamiji said, questioned Ramakrishna, no? And I lived with him for 6 years or something. And I know every inch of spiritual path. That means every step he can dictate. That is Swami Vivekananda. So these are the authorities. Kat, what is the question? Not. This is also good to be silent. Yeah, silence is this. That's what you want.
I have a quick, I have a quick question.
Uh,
Initiation for people when they have the Ishta and they're doing their practices. How invested is the Ishta in our spiritual growth?
how?
As in, like the expression that you take one step towards God, Thakur takes 10 steps towards you.
Uh,
So, in our spiritual journey, are there times when God comes knocking on our door to kind of like help us?
God is, that is, we say 1 step, 10 step. Actually, God is all the time here. We have no time to look at him. Even if we look at him, there is a dark cloud veil. I don't see the light. I don't feel the warmth. I don't feel the joy. I don't feel his presence. So that is my part. God is always coming to us, but I am helpless. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to God, but I don't know. I don't feel it. Thakur said that প্রতিমায় ঈশ্বর পূজা হয়, জ্যান্ত মানুষে হয় না. You can do worship in a stone. You say it is Shiva, and you do Shiva puja in a stone. It is nothing. Materially, if you look at it, it is a stone. But if that stone can be a living Lord Shiva, and there you can get satisfaction. I did the Shiva puja. I am very happy. Why not in a human being where consciousness is more manifested? So that's true. God comes. Actually, he's trying to come closer. But we have to open up. All these practices are only to open up from my side. And it is said that he comes then with his compassion, his grace dawns. Who you like to help. That's story in the Bible. The father has some money and he gave it to his 3 children, no? Equal amount. And then after 1 year, father inquired, my child, what did you do with that? Then he has intention to give more. The first child said, oh, you gave the money? So I have my friends and this and that. The money is gone. 0. Oh, achha. Then second son, what did you do? Oh, you gave the money, I kept into the safe vault. Yeah? You not used anything. Third one says, I utilize the money and make it this way and it's become double or whatever. The father will give money to whom? He wants to give, but whom he will give? So that's why who got the mantra and keeping this way and forgot. After 10 years, someone says, what is the mantra? Really? I'm not just citing wrong things. I have heard they got the mantra and what? Okay, I got it, and don't practice it. I even forget the mantra itself. So what can we do? One gentleman was Mahapurush Maharaj's disciple. He was a teacher in our polytechnic engineering school, and he became old. He's a senior professor, and he next used to attend. We used to read together some classes with him and others, Gita or something we used to read. And then he said, "Oh, I forgot my mantra. Forgot the mantra? Got from Mahapurush Maharaj." Then he then he told me, I got the mantra, but I was a young man. I was an engineering student, so I got it, but I was busy with other things, so I didn't do. So mantra is forgotten. What to do? Then I said that you can try with some who got mantra from Mahapurush Maharaj. Try to do that. And he got somebody. And as soon as the person started saying the mantra, he said, "Oh, I got it back." So it's a money is given and it is kept in the safe vault, or squandered around, or making it double. So our practice, as much as we practice, so much we feel the God's grace, presence. Mind will sometimes go blank. Then don't mind about that. Even Girish Ghosh was an embodiment of faith and trust. No, a point came in his life that he had no faith. He said, "I lost all my faith." Huh? And then it came back though, but it is a foggy. It become fog comes, but truth does not go away. But we have to hold on and move on. And their grace is always there, only we have to move forward. That's a major trust, because our effort should be more intense. Main thing we should have to look up this point, that most of the spiritual organization, there is the problem. They don't pay attention to the personal development. I am coming to temple, I am listening to scripture, I am talking about God. Is my character changing? If not, then there is some problem somewhere. I can that we can be aware of it. That somewhere is some leaking. The water is being. Thakur said that you pour the water from the running canal to your field, and you see the water is gone. There will be some point where the water is leaking out. All the effort is going on one side and it is drained out. So character building, Swamiji wanted that idea. Man making character building is my mission. My mission is man making character building. This is, and spirituality is character building. A nobler character will come. A loving character will come. Spontaneously develop. You need not have to do anything. Lokesharananda Swami didn't want to be sweet to everyone and smile in a fake way. No? It came from spontaneity of his heart. That's why everyone can feel. When you get the spontaneity of your heart, you can feel who is genuine and who is not. So this is the idea to be clear, that we are really, that one test. If say many people say vision and light, maybe, but that is not more important. Important is every day's life, something blooming inside, and the heart becoming wider, uh, less fault fighting, less uh, into the confused arena of uh, re- argumenting and things, rather to be focused on the improvement of the character.
Swami Ranganathananda used to ask us in that after attending the classes and all that, he used to do the classes for us. And, after weeks worth of classes completed, and he would ask each one of us to come and address us and say, we've been listening to all my lectures for a whole week, very seriously, and taking notes. But how have you changed? How did your obedience of your friends, are you taking good care of your family and parents and everything? Are you respectful to elders? Some a dozen questions you would ask us. Because said yes, okay, positive. You would say, okay, you have you started listening to his manual. Then he would let us go to continue the next.
Look at the life of Swami Shantananda Maharaj. No one needs to tell him whether spirituality is what spirituality or uh, the Vishuddhananda Swami. As we have seen some of the Swamis, great Swamis, how even devotees, you have just you watch that Tulsi Mas. You can just check that and you look at that when she is a household lady. Yeah, the husband was also mother's disciple. She was also mother's disciple. Husband passed away. But look at her face, innocence, childlike simplicity. It will come spontaneously. Did nothing. That is the spiritual practice, spiritual life. So we should also pay attention to that side. Uh,
When the mind goes into, you know, likes and dislikes, so do you then, the more your mind becomes more purified, do you feel like it gets less and less? Is that the sign that maybe you're progressing?
yeah, it will not that it will not see the negative side, negative thing, but the emphasis goes on the other side. As a mother, child does both good and bad things, no? But in the eyes of the mother, the child's good thing focus is more focused. And what is lapses, they don't mind much. It may say something, but that is not important. They don't abandon the child because of the lapses. So we should be, when we progress, not that thing is not bad and something is going wrong, and I like something because it is good. I dislike it does not resonate with me. That feeling may come, but that will reduce because you are focusing on the positive side of it. And God is positive, and God is everywhere. Seeing the God, that's why the power is behind is the electricity. It can heat the room heater, and it can cool the house. It is not the fault of the electricity, but it is the fault of the machine through which it is coming. So this is a machine. The machine is carrying the message. So if it is not a good machine, it will make noise, or it will rather do contrary result. But you have to accept that current is there. Behind that, behind all the computers, there are Wi-Fi connection is there. No, we see, we don't see, it is connected. So if that you focus more, and whom I meditate regularly, and if I find that that is the reality there also, naturally other things will be obliterated. That's why you don't find that the sadhus, our teachers, they scold the when we join, we do mistakes. They scold us And really, sometimes it is hours, half an hour, continuous scolding going on. No, someone came, and that scolding stopped, and that gentleman went away again, started scolding. So why they are scolding so much? They love us. Love does not mean he's pointing out my defect and he's saying that don't do it again. Once you say don't do, that's enough, you think. No, in such a way that you will never do again. So this is the out of love, but it's difficult to understand. Thank you all. So this is today, this time at least, this is the last night. And thank you for coming every day with your so much responsibility, other activity, other to make time is there. But you all come for God. That's the point. God is our attraction. So that's good to, I am very happy to be with the devotees because devotees' heart is God's, God resides there, God's chamber. So that is a good source of connection. So Mother bless us all and stay well and one step at a time. Thank you all.